before you start sending your surveys out, we want to make sure that they fit within your organization, meaning the branding for your company is present in those surveys. So if you're sending those out and a customer receives something and they click on the link to open up a survey and it looks completely different to everything else they've ever seen from you, it's going to be a bit confusing and it's also not going to look very professional. So what we can do is we can create a theme for Voice of the Customer and use that theme for each survey. So if we go to the Voice of the Customer menu and under collateral, we're going to click on themes. So we can see that there's a default theme that's already set up for us. So if I can just go ahead and look at that, and we can see there it's fairly straightforward. It's not that exciting, and it's probably got nothing to do with how your current company sort of theme or branding looks. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new theme for this. So I'll click the new button. I'm going to give it a name and I'll call it Walker Consulting Theme. And just before I do anything else, I'll go ahead and save that theme. So now we've got our new theme in there. Now, in terms of actually setting the colors, you'll see there that we've got boxes for all of the different areas on the survey that we can change. And then underneath that, we've got a preview of what each of those sections looks like. So to change it, it's very straightforward. If I just click where it says header text and click on the box, we'll see it pops up there, and then we can simply click on the different colors, click OK to select it. We'll see it change the color in the box, and then we'll also see the visual in the preview will have changed as well. Now that's great, but chances of your company colors being one of these exact ones is pretty slim. Now there's a couple of options in terms of setting the color. If you know specifically, you might use hue, saturation and so on, or you might use the RGB, the red, green, blue. Most commonly, you've probably been used to seeing hex colors, or your marketing department might provide you with the hex colors. That's basically a series of 6 characters, either letters and or numbers. So that's fine, but that doesn't give you the RGB. So one of the things that we can do, I've got my website open here, and maybe I want to use the purple that's used in this search box here, or this search button. That might be the color that I want to use as the header text. Now, I've got a plugin, a color picker, an extension in Google Chrome called Color Picker. You can search for color pickers to where it allows you to actually then select that from the page. So if I click on this, then my cursor turns into a little icon to where when I hover my mouse over various areas on the page, you can see at the very top there, it's telling me what that information is. So if I go back to this search box, you can see at the top there where it's got RGB, it's got 50, 12, and then 66. Then it's got the hex reference, so that 320C42. When we're working on the theme, we don't have the option to put in the hex, so we have to use RGB. So we're going to go with 50, 12, 66. So if I go back to the theme and click on this again, RGB was 50, 12, 66. And there's that purple color. So I'm going to click OK, and then it's changed that survey text, header text for us. So if there's other areas on the website, maybe there are some other colors. So I've got a lighter purple here. So if I hover my mouse, there I've got 153, 122, 154. So I might pick 153, 122, 154. And then we can see it's changed. And there's the section that's changed. So you can go through and make modifications to all of the different areas that we see here. So let me just pick a few other colors just to make it all different. Let's go a little bit lighter than that. So there we can see a very purple looking theme. Okay. So you'll see also that it's got a section where it says your logo. So that, again, just from a preview perspective, will show you where the logo will be presented on top of the survey if you choose to pick a logo to add to your survey. So it's not something that you have to add, but this, again, is just from the preview perspective of showing what that would look like. So once we've finished, if we haven't already, we're just going to go ahead and save it. You might see this message if you'd already saved previously, where it's basically telling you if you modify this, then any surveys that you've already got, if you then republish those surveys, it will basically adopt these changes that you've made. That's fine because we're just doing it for the first time, but just keep that in mind. If you are making changes to an existing survey and you do save it, then that is what will happen next time you publish any of those surveys. So that's it, pretty straightforward. You can create as many themes as you want to. So you could have one theme for your standard corporate message. You might have different branding, so therefore you might have different themes for each brand, but you can put in as many themes as you want to. It's pretty straightforward.